Lu here. About 2 weeks ago, I did part 1 of a video tackling a Disturbing Vocaloid iceberg, mostly because I'm editing these myself, and it took a lot longer than I thought to listen to all these songs and write down my thoughts, so here we go. Part 2 of the Disturbing Vocaloid iceberg. Now that we're deeper in, I seriously need to warn that this video is not for children and not for people with certain triggers to certain content. If you are triggered by SA, child abuse, stalking, abusive relationships, and gore, then I really don't recommend watching this video. I've got plenty of other videos, and I rarely tackle harder topics because I've got to look out for my own mental health too. I'm also going to largely use Project Diva gameplay because some of these songs are just a single static image, the music video has copyright, or the visuals are so explicit that I can't show them on YouTube. Alright, let's dive in, guys. True Love Restraint. Released by Wakacha on December 2012, this song is about a Yandere boy instead of a girl like usual Yandere songs. It's nice to see a change of pace, even though I'm honestly not a huge Yandere fan, but that said, this song isn't disturbing if you watch way too much anime like me. The music slaps though, super catchy and a cool beat. In a rainy town, balloons dance with devils. Released October 2009, this is one of Hachi's older songs. For a reminder, Hachi is actually Kenshi Yonezu, who went on to do the iconic anime opening for Chainsaw Man and other anime. Now, a lot of people have different opinions on what the song is about, but my personal understanding is that it's about someone being SA'd. The details are largely open to interpretation. The most popular one I saw online was about a woman who owned a flower shop who was being threatened by a yakuza. Still, this feels like one of those Vocaloid song stereotypes we all grew up with, where the song sounds super happy and innocent, but then you read the lyrics and they're extremely disturbing. I only consider this song disturbing due to the fact that it does a good job at hiding what it's really about behind slang most foreigners wouldn't understand. Coin Locker Baby. Why more of Maretu's songs are on here is beyond me. This producer makes a lot of unsettling songs about things like societal pressure, cannibalism, and general violent anger. The song in particular is about a thing that occurred in Japan from the 70s to the 90s, where mothers of unwanted children would take their newborns and put them in coin-operated lockers. These are private lockers, usually around train stations, and because they're private lockers, they're not cleaned or checked, so you can imagine what happened to these poor babies. Now, before I sound like a hypocrite because I slammed Steam Pianist and another producer for making songs on real-world events, Maretu is a different case when all his music calls out the disgusting and horrible sides of society, specifically Japanese society, so of course this song makes sense. I had no idea this kind of occurrence existed in Japan, so that was pretty fucking disturbing to read about. That said, this song isn't a total slap from Maretu though. Personally, I prefer Suck It Up, but that's just me. The dubstep is pretty cool though. Our Anniversary. Made by Seikai on September 2015, this is kind of your typical overly gory, murderous Vocaloid song. The song is about someone who is being bullied by someone, so at some point they kidnap the bully and proceed to brutally torture them via some kind of penalty game? It's a 9-minute Vocaloid song, and it really isn't a good song, and just kind of sounds all over the place. I guess it makes sense if the song is about someone having a mental breakdown from bullying, but you know, it just isn't disturbing or shocking when Vocaloid songs like this are a dime a dozen if you've seen this video. I swear, half the song just sounds like someone was bored with the engine and just made Miku sing at these random pitches and intervals. That said, the music video is kinda creepy, I guess, with some gory imagery. Okasan. Released by Machigarita P on January 2008, this song is a pretty infamous, creepy Vocaloid song, and I can see why it's disturbing. The song is about a girl whose mother is coming to kill her via strangulation, I think, then ends with her mother killing her. To be honest, I consider this song at least just a teensy bit disturbing, if only because I hear this happens to so many kids around the world, you know. It's not based on any true crime case in particular, but you know, it's just one of those things where sadly it happens. The song also scared the shit out of me when I was 14, so it wins points for genuinely scaring me as a kid. Trust and believe this isn't the last we'll see of Machigarita P either. Wardroom 205. Another song by Hachi, and I believe it's a sequel to In a Rainy Town Balloons Dance with Devils because the lyrics heavily refer to the lyrics and phrases made in the previous song. From what I can gather, just reading a translation and putting together fan consensus, this seems to be about a sequel with the woman from the previous song and how she's now in a mental hospital due to the trauma she endured from her SA. She's constantly receiving flashbacks of her SA as she has frequent breakdowns and anxiety outbursts in the hospital, and I guess it ends with no hope as she's drowning in her trauma. It's hard to say it's disturbing just because the lyrics are so vague, but it can be triggering for those who have had to stay inpatient for mental hospitals. Unlike the previous Hachi song though, the song slaps musically like nearly all of Hachi's music. You can especially hear the footprints for Hachi's signature guitar riffs that you hear in Kickback for Chainsaw Man in this one. Crushed Mary. Created by Mondai GP in December 2010, this song actually scared and creeped the shit out of me. First, I could barely hear Kayuki at all in this song, so I frequently got jump scared. It doesn't help the ambient auto freak the shit out of me, then again, I was alone hearing this audio, so that definitely doesn't help. The song is about some lady named Mary who, I guess, gets crushed to death? Some say this is based off a real case, but obviously it's not. Trust and believe, I couldn't find anything proving that. Yeah, so this song is disturbing only because it's a freaky as shit song to listen to when you're alone, because it has these horrible drones and jump scares. It's okay. Yeah, so this song is not okay. Lyrically, it's just a, well, I'm so crazy and my producer's awesome, but musically, this song sounds like a manic episode and is just way too overstimulating. The music video doesn't help when the artwork is kind of creepy too. It also features the creator or music video creator, I don't know, just thrashing around all over the place. So the song is disturbing solely for the fact that I think there's something not okay going on here. Prisoner of Love and Desire. Oh Hitoshizuku P, my beloved. The song is about a cursed woman where anytime she loves a man, they die. Yet every time she grieves a boyfriend who died, this prince comes to comfort her. It turns out that the prince has been in love with this woman for a while and secretly kills every man she falls in love with, and in one particular instance she saw him kill her current boyfriend with a sickle. He confesses and asks her to put an end to her curse by killing him, so he never gets what he wants, which is her. She then kills him, she mulls over his death. I love this song and it's melodrama because it's classic Hitoshizuku P, except the album Shape of Love, which is the album that this is distributed on, implies that the prince and the woman are siblings, so he had yikes feelings for his own sister. Obviously the song is not romantic and the woman clearly doesn't have feelings for the prince, but still an oomph moment, but fully expected from Hitoshizuku P's intense melodrama. I know this song is supposed to be disturbing because of that, but it's hard when the song just slaps like all of Hitoshizuku P's music, you know? Wide Knowledge of the Late Madness. Created by who else but Machigurita P, this song used to be a prequel to another song called Darkwood Circus. The creator has since retconned this due to releasing a novel for that song, but it's a large misconception that the song is still connected. The song is about a bunch of people in what I assume is an older mental hospital where people are just killed left and right. Patients discuss how they love to die and be rid of their suffering, but many are left just crying out for help. It's a sad song in depicting how suffering it is to be tortured by your own mind and how desperate someone is for a release, but the music itself isn't really creepy. It can be a little calming and even cute, I guess. Story of a 13-year-old killer. Released by Sunazame in April 2009, I had a hard time trying to pinpoint what this song is particularly about. See, a lot of people slap "This is about Miku" when talking about Vocaloid songs, but it's often a vague character and not specifically an interpretation of Miku. In this case, I can't figure out if this is an interpretation of Rin the Vocaloid where she's a killer, or a girl who's a killer. Regardless if it's Rin or a vague girl, she's executed for her crimes and claims she doesn't want to die and hopes to be reborn to meet someone again. Man, musically though, this song is a trip in how it flows from a creepy as shit ambience to rock and then some kind of music box sound. It's kind of creepy, but honestly I think Crushed Mary takes the cake here in a creepy song. The Tragedy of Chateau Capage. Oh, Gakapo, even in a yandere setting, he's still my beloved. This song takes full advantage of Gakupo's deep range to give a creepy sound as he slowly goes just a little higher in some parts. All done with his whisper voice bank to make him sound sweet despite what he's singing about. This song is about a duke of something who falls in love with a lady, played by Rin here. He meets this lady at a party very, very briefly and becomes completely obsessed with her to the point where he kidnaps her the second she's alone. He then proceeds to essay and torture her, even going so far as to stab her in the eye, I think. The music video implies she was in love with another man, played by Kaito, whom the Duke kills and shows proof he killed him to her. She says something to him, but we don't know what, where it makes him grin. I don't know what that means, but I guess it means she's still his prisoner. You know, despite the song being about a creepy-ass Duke who tortured and essayed a woman, much like Duke of Venomania, this song slaps really hard musically and even vocally. It's Gakupo, you know, how am I not gonna love a Gakupo song? The Name. I couldn't figure out which one this is referring to because Mothi P wrote a song called The Name too, I think. But the one I think it's talking about is by that fucking freak Daijobu P again. And it's the same manic music video with erratic dancing from the music video creator, I think. This song is about someone who can't remember the person they ate rice with and tries to recall their name. You know, any normal person, and this would be a cutesy and funny song about forgetting someone you met literally once, but because this is Daijobu P, this song sounds like an overstimulating manic episode made into a song, and boy do I hate it. I think the most disturbing part is just how erratic Daijobu P's music is, to the point where I still don't think something is right here. The full course for candy addicts. We meet again, Machigarita P, and we're gonna meet again, literally the song after this one. But anyway, this song is yet another yandere song. The song is about a woman who is dating a pastry chef and uses sweets allegories to imply her obsession with him rather than the sweets he actually makes. In the end, completely overboard in her feelings for him, she kills him and eats him. I just don't consider this disturbing. Sure, yandere are an exaggerated portrayal of extremely abusive and toxic people, but I mean, this song is just a slightly darker evil food eater Conchita from previous layers. Rotten Girl, Grotesque Romance. What did I say about meeting Machigarita P again? The song is about a woman who stalks her next door neighbor. One day, she sees her neighbor invited a girl to his house and is so delusional she thinks he's cheating on her even though they've never done anything behind maybe a cordial high. She goes nuts and kills the neighbor's girlfriend and cat, sending them in a box to him where I guess she kills him too? Fan-made music videos have the guy kill her, but the actual song is really vague on that. It's honestly just Baby's first introduction to yandere characters as a trope. This is also another one of the first Vocaloid songs I heard at an age I was way too fucking young to hear it, and honestly, even then it didn't creep me out, and instead I think the music is pretty good. It's catchy, and I think it does a good job at bringing the main verse into a spiral at the end. Darkwood Circus. I think this layer should just be called Machigarita P at this point. Okay, so this song actually has a series called Darkwood Circus, but I call into question if that's all still canon anymore since the novel got made and apparently it retconned a lot of stuff. Sadly, I don't have time to read the novel and discuss the true plot, so I have to go over the original song plot only. The song is about a circus called the Darkwood Circus, which contains all deformed people. The fan-made video implies all of them were brutalized this way, but the song itself is vague on if these were naturally born deformities or man-made. The song is from the perspective of the conjoined twins and deformed diva, as they sing that being in the circus is torture and painful as they're splashed with acid if they misbehave, but they have no other choice but to stay in the circus. Many thought this was inspired by a real-life circus, but that's not true, though it does take some inspiration from mistreatments of real-life deformed circus performers. Despite its disturbing themes of human exploitation, I think this is Machigarita P's best song and one of my favorites to listen to every Halloween. Even when I can't hit Miku and Rin's high notes, damn right I'm singing this song every Halloween on my Halloween playlist. Chaos Maid. So, for context, this is an exclusive song for the Utao called Iku Akme. So, for independent animators, you can purchase programs that have pre-recorded spicy sound effects for things like, certain spicy visual novels and games. As a result, this is where Iku's voice comes from, as someone took these pre-recorded spicy sounds and, made a singing voice bank. Now we get to Chaos Maid, a song about Iku's portrayed character of being a maid who will let her master do anything he wants to her. By anything, I mean anything, even if it breaks her and hurts. To be honest, this kind of reminds me of just a teensy bit of my Chan's daily life, but nowhere near as disturbing. It's basically the ultimate overboard spicy song, but I guess with the artist using the sound effects Iku comes from, so there's a lot of, suggestive sounds coming from Iku. That said, I do like this song. It's got a nice beat, but whoo boy, do not fucking play this song in the car when you get past the aux chord. The Corpse Princess and the King of Vengeance. Another Hitoshi Zukupi slap, so hell yeah for me. Good food between some of these songs, since a couple of these were definitely a choice to listen to. This song is about the King of Vengeance, the Corpse Princess, and the Princess of the West. The king proposes to Princess West, and I guess somewhere else at the same time his sister dies. For reasons unknown to him, his sister becomes a zombie and went around killing many, many people. The king eventually finds out his fiancé was the one who cursed his sister because she killed her somehow as a means of getting rid of her so she could have her all to himself. So he believes that killing his fiancé will set his sister's soul at peace, so she isn't a murderous zombie anymore. Except it turns out that his sister purposefully fed him false information and that his fiancé never killed her, but I think it's implied she yeeted herself because she has romantic feelings for her brother and wants him all to herself. The only way she'll move on and be at peace is if he returns her feelings, but obviously he loves her as his sister, so he can't return those feelings. In the end, his sister is called a witch, and just to reel with the fact that he was his undead sister's puppet, and begins to question if there's something wrong with him too, if his protective feelings for his sister burned down a whole ass kingdom. I can see why people find this disturbing, but when you listen to Hitoshi Zukupi too much like I do, this is just classic plot twist and drama. The music also just slaps unbelievably hard too. Banshee Strikes. Created by Kichi, this is a surprisingly creative take on the Irish legend of the Banshee. The song is about a woman who is grieving the loss of someone, likely a husband as stated in the original legends, where she cries and later has this haunting scream akin to the way people describe a banshee screech. The music itself is also pretty cool, even if Miku's haunting banshee screech doesn't quite jive with the bit crushed EDM, but that's okay. The song wasn't terrible to listen to. I can't say it's disturbing though, just because I don't find the legend of the Banshee to be particularly scary, and easily songs in this list were musically way more disturbing. That Woman. Created by Shotaro P in August 2013 with a freaky ass image to accompany this song. Seriously, these Disturbing Vocaloid song producers have some really good artists who make creepy ass artwork. Okay, so this song is pretty easy to explain. It's about a woman who is cheated on by her boyfriend, where she proceeds to brutally murder his new girlfriend, maybe him too. I don't think the song depicts that personally. It ends with her happy and relieved that his new girlfriend is dead, I guess. This song is more heartbreaking to me, considering you can just take the murder part as an internal metaphor for how the woman feels in the song, rather than what she's actually doing. It's a good portrayal at someone who is maybe the unhealthy one in the relationship, going completely buck wild when their partner finds happiness and peace with someone else. Quick question with these murderous Vocaloid songs, where the fuck are the police in this song? Like, y'all need the cops in therapy. Grotesque Love Song. Another song by Shotaro P. I could only find one translation of the song and I can't be sure if it's 100% accurate, but the gist seems to be something similar to Rotten Girl Grotesque Romance from earlier, where it's about someone stalking someone to the point where they have murderous thoughts and there's creepy shit like stroke a picture of them with the person they're obsessed with. In the end, they kill the person because they were seeing someone else and proclaim that this person is theirs and theirs only. To be honest, all these Yandere songs on this iceberg are kind of samey to me, and the music isn't very good, so it's just meh, and isn't very disturbing unless you're triggered by this kind of behavior. Reiken ren kadai hai un iren wo rui. Also known as throw out the chocolates people give you, or
人からもらったチョコは捨てろ
in Japanese. This song is by the unhinged Daijobu P and continues to sound like a chaotic mess. Despite being called Daijobu P, it's not Daijobu when his songs continue to sound... oh boy. Listening to his songs has been a mess, and I feel the deeper I go, the more unhinged and messy his songs sound. The lyrics are very, very, very vague too. I had a tough time figuring this one out, especially when Daijobu P's lyrics are very mundane, and the subjects themselves are not that disturbing. Later there is one, but you know. I guess it's a song about someone heartbroken and throwing out their Valentine's Day chocolates. Man, this song is just... oh boy, I'd rather not listen to it again. Death or Treat. So, this is metal, hard rock song with Ruko Yokone's female voice bank, but something is weird here because I think this person tried to make them sing in a death metal voice because there's this weird muffled death metal screaming, but I can't figure out what's being said and it's too muffled to tell. There's no lyrics, it's just a heavy metal rock song or metal song with an Eroguro cover image. I'm not a fan of Eroguro, but I love horror that tells deep stories, and let me tell you, the cover image is tame in comparison to Sayonara or Oshiete and Dasaku, Bloody Mary. I'm surprised this is the first time Masa's work has popped up here, but just a clarification, I'm not a personal fan of Masa's music because it's not my style. And as a person, due to some questionable comments he's made about the you-know-what party and his depiction of LGBTQ plus characters, but we'll get to that, I only really like one song and the rest is just a mess. It's not Daijobu P messy, but it's just not my thing. So this song is about the famous first daughter of Henry VIII of England, Mary Tudor, or later known as Bloody Mary, which is kind of weird to me when her father and her sister killed way more people than she did in her reign, but whatever. Plus some cannibal themes because Masa has to throw in people eating each other somewhere, or else is it really a Masa song? Unalive Girl. Had to say a different name and censored due to YouTube's guidelines, but this is a wonderful song by Daijobu P, who is not Daijobu as we've seen so far. This song is a very blunt and explicit song about someone unaliving themselves. I have no idea if this is meant to make fun of or vent, because I think it's pretty clear there's something not okay going on here. I can only hope it's not making fun of people, because that would be pretty fucking offensive to make this song parodying Vocaloid producers who vent about real issues. An example being Please Give Me a Red Pen by Pawa Pao P, as that song was heavily speculated to be their unalive note as they died 24 hours-ish after that song was uploaded to Nico Nico. So if this song is making fun of the feelings of this kind of situation, then he's kind of a jerk for it. But if this is a genuinely unhinged manic vent, then I really hope Daijobu P got some help, because I think it's very clear there is something not okay. Specimen Girl. Oh, Gakupo, literally healing for the ears. Created by Kiyozumi in December 2012 and later a remake in 2020. I vaguely remember listening to this song years ago, and I don't know why I stopped when this song slaps. The song is about Gakupo's character finding a woman he's in love with, seen with another man, and so he brutally kills her and puts her in a glass box to keep her all to himself. Again, Yandere are not my thing, but Gakupo's character looks fine as fuck in this music video for this. Like, mark me down as scary and spicy, folks. The Spider and the Kitsune-like Lion. Oh boy, this song is a lot to explain. So, this is part of a series Masa does, and this series is about two girls who are deeply in love with each other, but end up going crazy and killing each other in every incarnation, and the other person vows revenge on the other and brutally kills the other, and thus repeating a cycle of revenge. However, instead of normal stabby stab, we get wonderful stuff like extreme brutal essay, torture, maggots, rotting body parts, and eating people, so that's fun. In particular, the song is about a girl played by Gumi whose mother takes her appearance and brutally essays and murders her daughter's girlfriend to the point where she vows a curse upon her bloodline forever. What makes this song just a bit extreme is the detail it goes into describing the torture inflicted on the character portrayed by Miku. It's to the point that because these two female characters are portrayed as lovers with ahegao expressions, this series is controversial for being possible Yuri gore fetish, if you know what I mean. I don't know, but Masa is just a little sus to me. Okay, I had trouble finding which one this is referring to because there's a song with Eleanor Forte of the same name, but I think this is referring to the song by Kyonen 16. So I had a lot of difficulty finding an English translation for the song because it's so obscure, but I eventually found one single video and the rest are all Russian translations. Yeah, so this song is about a girl who is addicted to illegal substances, if you catch my drift, and the song is about her, you-know-what field trips, with the song backing this up via the intense bit-crushed industrial sound. Honestly, with a bit more work, I can see this song working, but as it stands, it just kind of sounds like a slightly creepy mess. It is disturbing, I guess, because of the depictions of the trip, but I wish it did more than just depict a trip and do something a little more tasteful, you know? What can we do? Another piece of music from Daijobu P. Can you guys tell I'm really not liking this producer yet? I couldn't find any lyrics at all to this song, but I could already tell from the cover of the song that this is something. I can't show it because it's honestly too explicit for YouTube. I did find some comments on a re-upload though, trying to figure out what the song is about. And I think this is about substance abuse, man. I don't even know. When Miku is hard to hear anyway, so I don't know how people found lyrics in the first place. Though the music video does hint to this when it shows a model of Miku chasing addictive substances like cigarettes and Mary Jane, if you catch my drift. The song just sounds like a mental breakdown, so maybe that's what it's about. I don't know. This song in Daijobu P is just a gosh damn mess. Abnormal Love Enthusiast. Oh, this is fucking abnormal, alright. This is another Masa song and basically ticks all the boxes for his writing style. It's basically about a girl who admits she's abnormal, eats her lover, with her regretting eating him and saying it's unforgivable. Classic Masa to me. I think this song is trying to be metal though, because Miku in the song is singing in what I've heard from other producers is an attempt at creating this kind of screamo or metal effect. From personal experience, you can't do that with Vocaloids, and it's weird to me because the Utao Maiko Hakaine is right there for metal songs, but okay. I'm just not a personal fan of metal, so the song is just messy to me. Gomenne Gomenne. I haven't gotten to the final layer yet, but this song is easily one of the darkest Vocaloids so far, and I can easily say is disturbing without a doubt. While I do like Kikuo's music, I do agree with everyone that Kikuo is kind of fucking weirdo, but I mean, the dude makes songs about childhood trauma, so I can't speak for what he's been through. The song is about a girl being essayed by her father and uses cannibalism, piss, and filth metaphors to describe how disgusting and filthy she feels being abused by her father. Yet she's been so abused to think that this is all her fault, so she always apologizes because she wants someone who isn't her father. At some point she finds a boy and ends up explicit with him and feels guilty for it because she feels disgusting. The boy might have tried to help her, but she went back to her father instead, where he continues to essay her, and his friends now join in essaying her as punishment. The song ends with her apologizing for trying to run away. Because of the filth, cannibalism, and other metaphors, this song is one of the most disgusting to read lyrically. When I always say I can't read a single lyric beyond the main verse, I mean it. However, despite the song being about a disgusting act committed on a child with equally disgusting metaphors, the music itself slaps. The dubstep just hits, and while I hate what this song is about, it's my favorite Kikuo song. Oh god, that sounds like a red flag. For those who don't know Kikuo, by the way, childhood trauma is his bread and butter in his music, so trust me, a song like this does not come out of left field for him. Candy House. I can't show the alternate name for this song on YouTube, but I knew this was gonna be bad from the title alone. Created by Muship, this song was allegedly inspired by Gomenne Gomenne, and gosh, I hate that I have to explain this song because this is genuinely horrible lyrically. The song's about a girl who goes to a candy house, but it turns out it wasn't a candy house, but an essay house, where the girl is violated in explicit detail throughout the rest of the song, and ends with her chained to a bed to be brutally violated over and over again. What the actual fuck, dude? The worst part is that musically, this song just sounds extremely innocent. It reminds me of something like Music on a Carousel, but holy fuck, these lyrics are just awful. Like, I know I warned earlier, but please do not look up these lyrics if you are triggered by SA. Holy fuck, this is just... good gosh. I know I preach about artistic freedom sometimes and I can't judge what a grown adult writes, but you know, I can still, like, be grossed out by it. Angel with Broken Wings. I can see why the comments said this was one of the most disturbing Vocaloid songs ever made. Good gosh, this is awful. The song is about a little girl who's living in an extremely abusive home. Her mother is mentally numb and doesn't take care of herself at all, while her father is extremely physically abusive. The girl begs for her father to stop hurting her mom and that she'll do literally anything for that. In the end, she's essayed by her father in hopes that he'll stop hurting her mom. The song also discusses that her brother might have been sold off and killed for cigarettes, and I think implies her mother miscarried a younger sibling at some point. The song is devastating and telling the point of view of a child who just wants to go shopping with her mom and wear a pretty white backpack to school, all the while she's being abused by her family. I swear this song is like a J-rock version of Concrete Angel. It's genuinely very sad and I can see why it's disturbing. A fan-made music video doesn't help when the fan-made music video shows a drawn-over real child, and what I can hope isn't real bruising on someone. Forced Obedience. An extremely early song from Maretu. From what I can tell, this is a metal song about a girl dealing with SA as her sister is also SA'd. I'm not sure who is essaying her, but the lyrics go into the extreme mental devastation being essayed brings, mainly thoughts of unaliving and for just someone to end her suffering. Earlier, I mentioned that Maretu covers the darkest and most devastating parts of human society, so I wonder if this was an early attempt at that, showing the extreme mental pain and devastation SA does to a person. It's extremely disturbing to read what isn't a fetishized depiction of SA, but a lot more eloquent than the other songs written here. That said, I genuinely don't like metal or heavy metal, so this song is just not my thing. With that, we finished the Disturbing Vocaloid iceberg. I gotta tell you that it's these layers that definitely show how fucking disturbing some Vocaloid songs can be. Not everything is gonna be drop pop candy. For me, I think the last layer in particular takes the fucking cake for most disturbing Vocaloid songs, along with Crushed Berry and literally anything Daijobu P makes. What did you guys think though? What's the most disturbing Vocaloid song from this iceberg? As always, let me know down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching! If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. If any of you would like to help support my channel in any possible way, my Ko-fi page is down below in the description, along with all of my social media. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas, or maybe just want to talk about anime or something, I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!